Hi guys, welcome back to another week, another art therapy prompt. Thanks again for joining. Today we are going to be doing a prompt called Rainbow Feelings. And so I just want you guys to reflect on kind of some of the emotions that you guys have been experiencing and working through over, whether it's this past week or maybe things that you've been feeling longer this past year. I'll leave it up to you to kind of determine the time span in which you want to think about these feelings. But if you want to be told one thing over the other, then let's say this past week. But yeah, so our first step is I want you to think of, let's say, 7 feelings that you have been feeling or have felt over the last week. Doesn't matter if you felt it, just this one time or other feelings that you've had every day. So take your time, think about what's been going on in your head and in your heart, what emotions have been present, and then somewhere either on the corner of your page off to the side or even up top here, I want you to just write down those 7 feelings, okay? We want to leave a lot of the space down here for our rainbow, so try and keep it either off to the side or up top here. But yeah, okay? So let's think of those 7 feelings. Leave a little bit of space between them because we're going to order them after. But yeah, 7 feelings. Okay, so now that you have 7 feelings or emotions written down, I want you to assign a color to each emotion. So you can circle it with a color. You can do a little box next to it. So for example, if my first emotion is joyful, I want it to be orange. So I'm going to do a little box next to it that's orange, kind of like that. Or you can circle it or check mark it, however you like, but assign each one of your emotions a color, okay? All right, so you've got those all given a different color, so they're color coordinated. The next thing I want you to do is order them from 1 through 7. 1 being the feeling that you felt the most often, to 7 being the one that you felt the least often. So for example, if you felt anxious all week, then you'd put number 1 there, and then you would go, okay, what feeling did I feel a lot but less than that? That would be number 2. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, from feelings that you felt most to least throughout the week. Okay, so number them off, and then we will come back and we'll start drawing our rainbow. All right, so there you go. As you can see, I've got them numbered from 1 through 7. 1 again being the feeling that I felt the most, and 7 being the feeling that I felt the least, but still something that I felt. Now we are going to go on and draw the outline for our rainbow. Okay, there is no right or wrong way to draw your rainbow, so again, be as creative as you like. We're just going to do the outline to start. So your rainbow, because we have 7 feelings, we need to have 7 sections for our colors. So go ahead and draw the outline for your rainbow, and make sure you have 7 arches, I guess, for each color of the feelings that you've had this week, okay? All right, good. So once you have your outline of your rainbow, we're going to start coloring it in with the feelings of your week. Okay, so we're going to start on the outside one with the feeling that we felt the most, so your number 1, and then we're going to go all the way up to number 7. So number 7 is going to be the smallest arch of your rainbow because you felt it the least amount this week. So if you want to label them beforehand, you can. You label your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But other than that, you guys are free to fill in your rainbow with the colors. Again, we're starting with our number 1 at the big arch, making our way up to number 7 for the small one. Okay, so go ahead, fill in your rainbow with the colors that you coordinated with each feeling. Yeah, let's get started. All right, so we have our beautiful rainbow. custom to how our week had been or has been, depending on the day that you are doing this. The last thing that I want you guys to do is just to write a few examples of what made you feel that feeling. You can write them in the color of the rainbow or on the outside with arrows, whatever works best for you. But work your way either from 1 through 7 or 7 down to 1. And for example, my outside emotion was loved, so I'm going to write down what were some things that made me feel loved this week, and then I'll go to the next one, what were some things that made me feel thankful, all the way down to the bottom. Or again, you could do it the other way, whatever works best. And it doesn't have to be a lot of things, just some things that come to mind when you think about this emotion and what made you feel this way in the past week. Okay? Alright, and just like that, you've got your rainbow with a bit of reflection on what has made you feel that way. So take a look at kind of the different feelings that you've got going on in your rainbow. What's happening the most? What's happening the least? Do you like what you see? Or are you seeing more often feelings that you'd rather not have? If that's the case, then we need to work on that and put yourself in situations that encourage more positive feelings. But yeah, this is just one way to reflect on a previous week, a previous month, a previous year, however long you want to look back on. And yeah, it's a good way to kind of put it into perspective of what you're feeling and how healthy those feelings are. I hope you enjoyed this prompt. I will see you guys again on Wednesday.